I'm going to make a case against high resolution audio. Too much information. Is more and more information the goal? Do we want to hear more and more detail, more and more clarity? Well, obviously that's very much a personal choice. If that's what you want to do, that's what you should do. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. I'm not implying that at all. I'm saying that, I remember when I was reviewing and listening to Sirius satellite radio, which is a really nasty, overly compressed format. Lots of grunge, lots of really nasty sounds in those Sirius streams. But when I would listen to it on my, whatever that was, I had a little table radio. It's like, hey man, it sounds fine. It sounds really good. And people tell me, when they listen to Sirius in their car, it sounds fine. When they listen to it at home, where they're not in a really high ambient noise level like they are inside a car, they just hear how awful Sirius can sound. Somebody emailed me that the other day. Why does it sound good in my car and sound so bad at home? Yeah, when you're in your car, it's noisy. It's very noisy, and the sound system isn't high resolution in your car. Probably not as high res as it is at home. So you're unaware of how awful Sirius can sound. So, yeah, I've noticed that. So if you can listen over really low res equipment, whether they're earbuds or $200 Bluetooth speakers or something. Yeah, all heavily compressed music, Sirius, anything, sounds fine. That is the case for low resolution, is that the lower the resolution of the system, of the speakers, let's just say, the more easy it is to listen to really awful sounding, nasty, distorted, compressed, harsh, grainy, gritty music, which is extremely common in the 21st century. So having a lower resolution system, that works. If that's the goal, is always to listen to music you enjoy, right? So if the goal is to listen to music you enjoy and it's nasty, recordings, then definitely a lower resolution system would be a good idea. I'm trying to think of a low resolution speaker that pops to mind, but I think some speakers are just more gentle. I think that Vandersteins are pretty easy. Harbeths are not the most high-res speakers. They tend to be more, let's say, musical, right? I'm going to work on this idea of quality but low-resolution speakers, because none are really popping into my head right now. But I'm going to work on that. But if you guys have any suggestions, please offer them up in the comments section below this video. But the case against low resolution audio, the case for low resolution audio, is just, it makes things easier, right? Now, high resolution audio, I'm not saying I don't like high resolution audio. I like high resolution audio. I want to hear deeper and deeper into recordings, but it's a balancing act of too much information. Is that going to detract from musical enjoyment? It might, and it does. So it's a balancing act. You might have one system to listen to that, as I did a video with this guy Jeff that I will link to, and he has one turntable because he's into reggae. He plays some of those records on his reggae turntable, and the better sounding records he plays on his Roxanne turntable, which has a much better cartridge, much better arm. It's much higher resolution turntable. So he's got the high res turntable and the lower res turntable, exactly for that purpose. So how do you handle it? How do you handle the high res, low res balance? Maybe that's the best way to put this. There's a balance between low resolution, like to listen to Sirius in your car, and then listening to the music you love at home. Talk about it among yourselves, with me. If I have time to answer comments, I certainly will. As always, this is the Audiophiliac Daily Show, and it always ends with sirens. Have you noticed there's a trend there? Anyway, that's sort of a signal that the show is over. But my name is Steve Guttenberg. It's the Audiophiliac Daily Show. Come back often. Subscribe to this YouTube channel if you like it. And I hope to see you back here again very, very soon. Bye.